Welcome to the Legendary Investor Series and XFO Intelligence podcast. Today we're decoding the genius of a man who has navigated the treacherous waters of Wall Street for decades, Paul Tudor Jones. But we're going way beyond the headlines and the famous trades.
That's right. Using our Deep Augmented Thinking method,
Okay.
we've analyzed the very architecture of his success, what we call the Paul Tudor Jones operating system. It's less about a single strategy and more like the fundamental software he runs in his mind. And it is truly a masterclass in rational excellence.
Yeah, and most people, they know him for one thing, right?
Yep.
Predicting the 1987 Black Monday crash. I mean, one of the single greatest trades of all time. But the fascinating part isn't that he did it,
Right.
but how. It wasn't a crystal ball moment or anything like that.
No, not at all.
It was the output of a deeply ingrained system.
So let's start at the very top.
Okay.
With his core identity. Our research shows he operates as a pragmatic steward. Now, think about that. Not an aggressive raider or a growth hunter. A steward. His mission, it has a really clear hierarchy. At the very top, the absolute sacred duty is capital preservation.
Which, okay, that flows directly into his most famous mantra.
Yeah.
Play great defense, not great offense. It's such a profound psychological flip. You know, while the rest of the world is just chasing home runs,
Right.
he's obsessed with just not striking out. Because if you stay in the game long enough, the runs are going to come.
And that defensive DNA is hardwired right into the cognitive part of his operating system. The prime example is his famous 5-to-1 reward-to-risk ratio. For him to even look at an opportunity,
Wow.
the potential gain has to be at least 5 times larger than the potential loss.
Okay, let's just pause on that for a second
Yeah.
because it's so powerful. Imagine you make, say, 6 bets. You can be wrong on 5 of them.
5 of them.
And if you win just that one, you basically break even. I mean, this framework lets you be wrong most of the time and still be unbelievably successful. It completely reshapes the whole landscape of probability.
He then combines this mathematical discipline with a love for history. He operates on the principle that history rhymes. For the 87 crash, he and his analyst, Peter Borish, they mapped the 1980s market against the 1929 precursor, and they saw a terrifyingly similar pattern. It wasn't magic.
No, of course not.
It was meticulous pattern recognition.
But okay, a pattern isn't enough to risk capital, right?
Right.
This is where his execution machinery kicks in. So he develops this big picture macro idea,
Right.
but he's patient. He waits for the market's price action, the technicals, to give him the green light. It's like a 2-key system.
Okay.
The thesis is one key, the market's confirmation is the other. You need both to launch a trade.
And when he does launch,
Yeah?
the risk management is non-negotiable. His 1% rule is legendary. No single idea, no matter how much he loves it,
Wow.
can risk more than 1% of his total capital. This rule alone, it basically grants you mathematical immortality in the markets. You just can't blow up.
So you can almost picture the whole decision algorithm.
Yeah, lay it out.
Okay, scan the global environment, find a historical rhyme, check for a 5-to-1 asymmetry, wait for the technical confirmation, and then execute with ironclad risk control. It's totally systematic.
But maybe the most difficult and honestly the most impressive part of the whole OS is the psychological infrastructure. Jones is famous for saying, don't be a hero, don't have an ego. He consciously built protocols to neutralize the most destructive human emotions in investing, overconfidence, and fear. He treats every single trade not as a reflection of his self-worth,
Right.
but as a simple hypothesis that needs to be tested.
And he doesn't run from the pain of losses. He integrates it. He believes that visceral sting of being wrong is an indispensable teacher. It builds this gut-level respect for risk that you just can't learn from a book. It keeps you humble.
And all these pieces, they lock together to create this powerful performance flywheel. Psychological discipline leads to better, clearer decisions. Better decisions lead to better results. And those results increase your confidence, but not in your own genius,
Oh,
but
interesting.
in the system. And that reinforced confidence makes it even easier to stay disciplined the next time. The system just keeps strengthening itself.
And this operating system, it's not even just for trading. I mean, you see the same pattern in his philanthropy with the Robin Hood Foundation.
Exactly.
It's data-driven, it's results-oriented. The consistency across all these different domains is what makes the system so robust.
Exactly. The enduring legacy of Paul Tudor Jones is not a single prediction. It's the creation of an integrated system for navigating complexity. It proves that sustained success doesn't come from, isolated moments of brilliance,
Right.
but from a disciplined, resilient, and continuously learning framework.
I think the greatest insight is this. Success at the highest level isn't about being right all the time. It's about building a system that is resilient when you're wrong and capable of capitalizing magnificently when you're right.
Which leaves us with a question to reflect on. We all have a personal operating system that we use to make decisions in our careers and our lives, whether we know it or not. So here's something to think about. What is the single most important rule in your operating system, and is it designed for offense or for defense?